This isn't the Spider-Man you grew up with. This isn't a story about bright colors, jokes, or heroic moments that make you cheer. This is something else entirely. The Spider Noir trailer opens in silence. Not complete silence, but the kind that feels heavy, the kind that makes you pay attention. A city slowly appears through darkness, streets covered in rain, lights flickering in the distance, shadows stretching across walls like something is always watching. And right away, you can tell this world is different. It doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel hopeful. It feels like a place where people don't expect to be saved. As the camera moves, we begin to understand the tone. Everything is grounded. There's weight in every frame. The lighting isn't just aesthetic, it tells a story. Darkness isn't hiding things, it is the story. And then, we see him. Spider-Man Noir doesn't enter like a hero. There's no dramatic reveal, no big entrance. He's already there, like he belongs in the shadows. His presence feels quiet, controlled, and deliberate. This version of Spider-Man doesn't look like someone trying to inspire people. He looks like someone trying to survive. And that difference changes everything. As the trailer continues, we start to notice how slow and intentional the pacing is. There are no wasted shots. Every movement, every glance, every cut feels like it's building something underneath the surface. The city becomes more than just a setting. It becomes a character. The narrow alleys, the dim streetlights, the endless rain, they all create a feeling that you can't escape, like this world is closing in on itself. And within that world, crime doesn't feel exaggerated or stylized. It feels real, dangerous, unpredictable. We begin to see glimpses of conflict, not fully revealed, but just enough to create tension. Figures moving in the dark, shapes that disappear before we understand them. There's a sense that something is wrong, but no one is saying it out loud. And that's what noir does best. It doesn't show you everything. It makes you feel everything. As the trailer builds, the action slowly starts to emerge. But even here, it refuses to follow the usual formula. There are no exaggerated flips, no slow-motion hero shots. Instead, the movement is tight, fast, and grounded. Every fight feels close, personal, and most importantly, dangerous. You don't get the feeling that the hero is in control. You get the feeling that anything could go wrong at any moment. And that unpredictability is what makes these moments hit harder. As we move toward the middle of the trailer, the tension begins to shift. It's no longer just about the city. It's about something bigger. A deeper conflict starts to reveal itself. Not fully, but enough to suggest that there are forces at play beyond what we can see. And this is where the trailer becomes even more interesting. And with that, the pace of the trailer begins to change. The cuts become quicker. The scenes become shorter. And suddenly, everything feels like it's moving towards something inevitable. A confrontation, a breaking point, a moment where everything comes together. But just before we reach that point, the trailer pulls back. It doesn't give us the full picture. It holds something back. And that restraint is what makes it effective. Because instead of answering questions, it creates them. And by the time the trailer ends, one thing becomes clear. This is not just another superhero story. This is a story about isolation, about choices, about living in a world where doing the right thing doesn't always lead to the right outcome. It feels more like a crime drama than a comic book film. And that shift in tone might be exactly what makes it stand out. Because in this version, being a hero doesn't make things easier. It makes them harder. So the question isn't whether he can win. The real question is, how much is he willing to lose? And that's what makes this trailer so compelling. It doesn't try to impress you. It pulls you in, slowly, quietly, and leaves you thinking long after it's over. So what do you think about this darker take on Spider-Man?